Time for lunch, so let's head over to the kitchen and say hello on this Monday to ABC 7 Culinary Director Judy Gallagher. Hi, Judy.
Hi there, Scott. Well, I'm doing something light today, and it's something that's so versatile that it can be your dinner tonight, and then tomorrow by adding extra mushroom broth, you can have a nice noodle soup. So we're using chicken today, but you could use shrimp or even beef. This is going to be really easy using fresh orange juice, sesame seeds, lots of different Asian vegetables, and get a little brightness with some fresh squeezed orange juice. So stay with me throughout the hour. I have my wok pan and I'm getting ready to toss and turn, and we'll come back and I'll bring you some great Asian flavors with a nice fresh local cue. I'll be back in just a few minutes.
All right, let's get back to the kitchen and check in again with Chef Judy, who's fixing something delicious today because it is wafting over here to the new set and it smells unbelievable.
It's probably the great seasonings. We're using some ginger, we're using garlic, Scott, and I'm taking out my flavor bomb, the Malaysian curry seasoning. I get the little packets over at the Spice and Tea Exchange on St. Armand's. What's great is because they are small, so it's not gonna get stale because you're gonna use it up within a couple months. For me, it's usually a couple weeks. So liberally seasoned, salt and pepper. We'll do some garlic blend as well to get some good flavors in there. Now we're going to do a tablespoon of sesame oil and a tablespoon of canola or vegetable oil. I've taken the chicken, and today, just to make it easier for me, I use chicken cutlets. But you notice a lot of stores, when they have sales on chicken breasts, what I like to do is I will partially freeze them, then cut them into small strips and put them back in a Ziploc bag. And that way I can just take it out when I'm going to be doing stir fry. Stir fry is great for a midweek dinner. The key is to get your prep done early, though. It's something that you can do way ahead of the game and then just assemble everything and you'll be fine. So what we're going to do is we're going to let this chicken cook. I'm going to add just a teeny bit more oil. We're going to give it about 2 minutes, and then we'll give it a toss and move it to the other side. You have to get ready with several plates when you're doing stir fry as well, because now we've just done the raw chicken. We're going to remove the chicken when it's cooked, just barely cooked, and put it on a plate. Then we're going to start on the vegetables. So now let's talk about the mushroom broth. You can buy mushroom broth in the same aisle, in the same section as you find chicken or turkey or beef broth. My son reduced some down. I have some great mushrooms that I picked up at the farmer's market from Mr. Fun Guy, and we reduced that down for about 4 hours, just a slow steep. First saute mushrooms and low steep. So that's going to be a real nice flavor. You can definitely add more broth, so you can make this into a noodle soup bowl as well. Mondays are usually our night that we do have either something like ramen or just a quick stir fry, and it's so yummy. And be liberal, you can add shrimp as well as the chicken. So we'll give that about another minute. Now I'm going to toss in some sesame seeds, just regular sesame seeds, and let that start to toast. And when we come back, we'll start to saute the vegetables, add some ginger into that, and really bring that aroma in the station even bigger. I think you're going to like it when you make it tonight at home.
Let's get back to the kitchen now and check in again with Judy Gallagher. Hi, Judy.
That's such a good story. I saw it trending this weekend. It really made me smile. So I just added some rainbow carrots, cut in the bias, but cut fairly small. They're going to be the longest to cook, so I add that in about 3 minutes ago. Then I added some bok choy. You can certainly use Napa cabbage. I really like the intense crunch of bok choy. Last, I just put in the red peppers. So we're going to add some scallions, green and white. I have some minced ginger, so I'm going to do about a teaspoon of that. That's where you don't really have to measure. Now we're going to get into just a little bit more garlic. 4 to 6 cloves, depending on how much you love garlic. If you know me, you know I love garlic. So we're going to give that a toss around. Now we're going to add a little sugar, bring out the sweetness, just about a teaspoon. So that's not a lot. You can omit it, no problem. I wouldn't use a sugar substitute though, really make it a little bit too sweet. Now we're going to add some mirin, which is a form of rice wine, and so that adds some sweetness as well. Then we're going to add just a little bit of gluten-free soy sauce. About 2 tablespoons is going to be more than enough. And we'll wait to season because we want to see how salty that soy sauce gets. We're going to add a little bit of the mushroom broth. Remember, you can add more and make this into an udon noodle soup if you'd like. So I'm going to add the chicken back. Now, a lot of people like to thicken their stir fries with a little cornstarch and water, and that's fine. Since I'm allergic to cornstarch, I omit it. It's going to add it's going to thicken it, but it's also going to add a little glisten. But to be honest, you really don't need it in this particular dish. So now we're going to take the udon noodles, which are a wider noodle, but by all means, if you only have pasta in the house, you know, a box of spaghetti is going to work fine. If you're going gluten-free, try to use the buckwheat noodles, the soba noodles. They are so good. So we just give this, again, a little stir. And then the last thing I want to add are some sugar snap peas, and that'll give it that big crunch at the end. And when I go to plate, what I'm going to do is just sprinkle in some cilantro and squeeze a little fresh squeezed orange juice along with the sesame seeds. That's just going to give it a little pop. So come back and we'll have our first bites of stir fry in just a few minutes. And here we have it, just a simple Asian dish, and it's so rich with flavor. Udon noodles, we have the stir-fried chicken with some sesame and orange in it, but notice we didn't fry the chicken, so we get those beautiful flavors without adding the extra calories. Red peppers, bok choy, and snap peas. Now, if you want this recipe, simply go on mysuncoast.com, click on recipes. You'll find that, the video, and so much more. And remember to enter our gift card contest. You can win a gift certificate to $50 to one of our local restaurants.